There's only two, and I explain this probably every single stream. I'll go over it again. And I really want to start seeing more of you guys start to beat me to this. I would love to see some of you challenge even my quickness to this. But whenever you see like a current day open, or I'm sorry, that's not what I was trying to draw. Go from your low to your high. We're just going to draw the halfway point of yesterday, right? This is of yesterday. And then today's open. These are the most important levels of any day, and they are on every day's chart, right? If I drew it for this chart, the open would be here, and my halfway point would be somewhere right here from this day, right? So your previous day halfway, and your current day's open. These are your most directional levels, right? So if I'm struggling under one of them, I'm heading to the next, right? And that's basically what the system is. You can even take early signs of, oh, well, they struggled against previous day high. Oh, they struggled against pre-market high. I see Keanu bringing that up with the BB system. Like, there's early context here saying, oh, well, we struggled against good levels that we want to be bullish over, right? We struggled with those. And now we're struggling under the most directional level on the screen. I would say that's the most important level on the screen right now, this being your second place. So, under one, working to the next. Now, it's not feasible because you shouldn't short from here to here. That's not what you should be going for. There are other levels in the way, right? We have our pre-market low, and that's why I really like how Carter brought that up, because now you're not just going from, oh, whoa, I'm shorting under 66.71 down to 664. Like, that's a $2 drop on a market that we're not expecting to move crazy in that amount of time, right? You know, it's a little crazy to say that. So it is nice to have some in-between levels or even other conditions set. So what if I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I'm bearish under this level, but I'd like to also see it break this level for some trades. Then do that. You know, do that. It's a little bit more passive, but it is something you could do. But be in the understanding that if it goes down to here, we are looking for it to hold that until we see it break, because this is also, just like this level, a directional level. All this other junk is salad dressing. Previous day high, pre-market low. These are all just like other levels to take information from, but you're using the most information from your open and your previous day halfway point every single session, every single day, every market day. Any day SPY is moving, it has a current day open and a previous day halfway point. Use them to your advantage. If for some reason someone needs more information on what I'm talking about right here, I actually just re-uploaded this playlist so you can have it again. Order of operations in trading. Order of operations in trading part 2. Watch these. They're not long. The most important level for scalping plus day trading. It's just continuous info. So I hope that makes sense. And this is what sets our system apart from others. You know, anybody could draw levels, anybody could draw pre-market low, pre-market high, and all that stuff too, but they're not going to be using them in the same sense as us with, oh, we're directional from here. Oh, we're directional from here. These other levels are just pieces of context, extra pieces of info. But we're directional from these levels. So I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope you guys actually take advantage of the information, because that is genuinely what separates a lot of my traders from other traders. Is they have context. They understand that they can use things outside of just what the chart is obviously telling them. And this is why I make that caveman voice. I like to make fun of it, because it really does feel like that. You know, when you're like, red candle break level, I go bearish. Green candle over level, I go bullish. It's like, why are we thinking like that? Let's use the context of what's in front of us. I just broke this level, little 3-bar play. I'm struggling with it now, 25 minutes later. Yeah, bears are in definite control towards what? For the day, for the week, for the month, for the rest of my life? To this level. And to this level. It's mainly to this level, but you have this in between, so you have to pay attention. But have your priorities straight and have understanding of the context in front of you. This is why I always say, like, reading the market is just like a book or a movie. You know, have you ever, like, watched a movie or a show or read a book and you're trying to guess at the ending who kills who, who's the killer, who did that, who did this, you know? you're gathering context before you get to the end of that book, movie, or show. It's the same exact thing. We're getting a high probability guess, essentially. Except we're not guessing. We're actually being able to use high probability price action. It's not just red candle under level. It's, oh, it broke down after it struggled up here, and now it's struggling more. You have three things telling you that this is going down, not red candle breaking level. A couple things up here, a couple things right here. And then, of course, the obvious. So don't just trade the obvious. Look for that other context.